Hey y'all, what's going on? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I am here so that we can talk a little bit about basketball wives, okay? First thing I have to shout out Make It Make Sense, okay? Shout out to Mims because he did get a chance to sit down with one of Jackie Christie's daughters, that is Takari. All right, Takari Lee, the oldest daughter, and we are going to get into a bit of what Takari had to say in reaction to her mom, putting hands on her sister, Chantel, their entire dynamic on the show, her experience with her mom, and just a little bit more detail about her sister. I do understand she went live over on TikTok. Did not get a chance to check that out or catch that or whatnot as of yet, but I did check out the interview that she did with Mims, and we're going to get into that. We also are going to get into Brittany Renner continuing to interject herself into the family beef, and it leading to her and Masika having like a war on words over there on the Twitter. Okay, but before we get into all of that, I would like for us to just get into a tad bit of things that kind of led us to this point. All right, so I won't be playing the clips, but I will be giving you guys just a bit of audio. Okay, and for this particular one, this is where like Brandy and Chantel end up getting into it with each other. So I want us to go ahead and actually let's check this one out.
Somebody has something to say, just say it, you guys.
I think she just has a real stank attitude since I got here.
And then, since we got here,
Cut it out. First of all,
This is Chantel and Brandy talking to each other.
talking to me.
yeah, I'm talking to you. Stay in a child's place.
Oh.
Because I'm not even.
She is not a child.
Don't do that.
Brandy, don't.
You're still mad at
don't do
something
that.
that
I planned this whole trip for Vegas, and I have been catching heat from all of the ladies, especially Chantel. And now Shawnee, I refuse to let this be another night of gang up on Brandy.
At 31 years old, I'm a child. You trying to be funny, but I'm hilarious.
I'm not being funny. Don't do that.
Brandy has just crossed the line with this stay in a child's place comment because what you say when you're mad is how you've really felt all along. But based on Brandy's behavior last night, it's only one child here, and it ain't me.
You can do this back and forth all you want to, Brandy, right?
You are doing. You started the back and forth.
I'm not my mom, and I'm not going to take it there with you.
I'm not your mom.
Okay.
This is how you talk to your mom.
Ooh. So this is where all of this really started, with Brandy referring to Chantel as a child, okay? And I've seen quite a few comments where people were saying that, Jackie and, Brandy gets into it with Chantel and Jackie did absolutely nothing, right? And she did.
Oh, Lord, Tito's neat. Yes, thank you. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I gotta say this. And my daughter's probably gonna get mad at me. But, Brandy, we have to stop with the insults about child and this and that and the other. Her name is Chantel. Let's address her as Chantel, and let's be respectful. Y'all can have whatever argument you guys want, but we are not.
Like, I need y'all to understand, like,
So y'all saw that? So that is defending your child. I don't feel like there was a need for a table to be flipped over or any of that and fighting because somebody called her a damn child, okay? But Jackie did put her into place, and that's why Jackie said my child's probably gonna get mad at me, meaning she probably gonna get mad about me opening my mouth and interjecting myself when I know that she doesn't want me to, and we already have those boundaries set up. We already had that conversation before the show started. That's what I'm getting from that. Right? That's why she said my daughter's probably going to be mad at me. But listen, we're going to have to stop with all that child stuff. Don't call my child a child, okay? Yeah, she is my child, but she also has a name. Get that together, right? So there's that.
Brandy could go smooth to hell.
You could go to hell too, baby.
You understand?
You can't son me, Brandy.
Here go Brittany, ready to get into some things, ready to argue, because Brittany has really been searching for a person to place her beef on this entire season. Place her issue on, which is so funny considering the fact that she left the show last year because she felt like it was too much and they weren't on her level or whatever the case was. But then now you return to the show and you trying to give it to everybody because you're trying to find a place on this show. I don't know. I mean, you already had the place. You didn't have to leave, but whatever.
Why would you try to? I'm so confused. You've been having bad energy since we got here. You're the root of the problem.
Bad energy.
Yes.
I didn't have an attitude today.
You did.
Today?
You did. You put your fingers in Shawnee's face like 3 times.
This is not appropriate. It's Vegas.
Is it your wedding?
This is a wedding.
And it's Vegas.
That wasn't that same day, I don't think. I think that was another day. I think that's what Brandy was putting emphasis on that same day. I think she was aware of how she had been acting prior to that, but I don't think this was the
You
same
would not
day.
get to come in my way.
Maybe it was.
And I didn't address it because I was like, I don't know
your
what happened.
face?
Yeah.
Y'all can have that. Cool.
That's fine.
All right, so that's one thing. Let's get into something else because, of course, at some point, Brandy does go on and she apologizes to Jackie for how she handled Chantel or calling Chantel a child, but she never came out and had an actual conversation with Chantel. Right now, I will say I agree with Chantel with her wanting an apology in front of the group at that moment because it was a situation like, girl, you called me a child and disrespected me in front of the group. So yeah, go ahead and just give me this little apology or whatever in front of the group. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? But let us get into that.
You can apologize to her, and then maybe y'all can have a conversation.
Yeah, I want to talk private.
In other words, no.
Why It's now day 3 of me getting ganged on. Again, it's like a seesaw. Like I'm on one side and everybody's all on the other side. I don't know if it's Ty's doing this because of her and me got close or whatnot. Some people are followers and they're following behind the leader.
I never did nothing to you, Brandy. You directed your energy for Shawnee towards me. You directed your energy for me towards me for whatever reason.
Even I can't help.
Well, I apologize you feel that way.
Okay.
That's not a real apology.
This is why
This is Brittany interjecting every chance she gets, okay? Every chance she gets, she's interjecting.
we ain't gonna get nowhere. Because, Brandy, I don't take you seriously anymore.
Okay.
You don't view me as your peer. You don't view me as a woman in this group that you want to get to know. You look at me like a child, which is very ironic because the only person in this group doing child is you.
Okay.
Be for real.
We good.
I'm shocked that Brandy refuses to apologize to Chantel, which does not help the situation.
She apologized in front of you and all of us last night.
Why would you apologize to my mom for something you said to me?
Because I disrespected her daughter in front of her.
And did you accept her apology?
Here's where I stand. You and Brandy having your guys' issue, as long as it don't get to the point where I feel I need to interject.
You and Brandy, 2 grown-ass women, 2 married women with children, are having your own grown issue. As long as it doesn't get to a place where I need to interject.
That's when I'll interject. If I got the grounds to interject right now and that's what I'm feeling from you.
If I have the grounds to interject right now because that's what I'm feeling from you, right? Because she's not trying to overstep whatever boundaries her and Chantel put into place, okay? And it seems like Chantel wants her mama to jump over the couch on Brandy like she did with Brittany when she already checked her. And with Jackie checking Brandy, it did lead to an apology to Jackie. And yes, Brandy still should have given whatever apology to Chantel as well. But that's between
I can
y'all.
interject. But last night I interjected where I felt I needed to. And
This is Jackie, in my opinion, trying to defend herself with her interjecting the night before. Like, I only interjected last night because I felt that I needed to interject, okay? Now, I'm feeling from you that I need to interject. You guys have your own issue. But if I need to interject, and that's what I'm feeling from you, I will. Basically, if you're giving me the permission now to interject again. All right?
I thought we were on the same page. If we not, we can have that conversation. But this is my daughter.
You talked to me.
You
about
spoke
how
to
you
me in
felt.
front of my daughter,
Yeah.
and this is what I'm not gonna do. Because that's my kid, and I'm not gonna get in the middle of something that's between two
you said
grown
that.
women. So don't drag me in. Y'all don't want me in the middle of the
Now here you are trying to tiptoe around standing up for me.
She's already stood up for you, which is why the apology was afforded to her. She's already stood up for you. You want her to stand up. And then in that moment of the sit down, Brandy wasn't even being disrespectful with Chantel. So I was just so confused. Like, why are we here? And then you set boundaries with your mom. And when she follows the boundaries that you give her, then it's a problem. When she don't follow the boundaries, because then it's a problem. Like, it's just, It's just weird. It's just, I don't know what Chantel be wanting.
What are the chances that somebody could come for your child 3 days in a row and you have nothing to say until the last night?
The chances are that y'all already had a conversation about how far Jackie can and cannot go with interjecting and getting in the middle of your stuff.
It's a lot of fake going on.
So maybe you can apologize.
And that was coming from her, okay? There was another portion that I wanted us to get into after said incident.
I thought your mother was gonna flip a table.
I did too.
Because if it were me, like I envisioned Shanice sitting there, I would have lost it.
That was one of the reasons why I got up and left, because it was such an outer body experience. Like, I'm sitting across from my mom, who I've seen flip tables for less.
I do want to say, too, that your mom did say that me and her have boundaries. Like,
Fair enough.
So did...
Meaning, because Brittany is now, the only time she made sense when she highlights that, oh, your mom did say that me and her, meaning me and my daughter, have boundaries. Brittany says, fair enough.
So is that true that, like, you would not have wanted her to interject?
We do have boundaries.
So is that true that you would not have wanted her to interject? Because obviously y'all have boundaries and y'all have had the conversation that Jackie shouldn't overstep her boundaries. That's what all of this is about, which really is not a thing, which I guess her issue is more deep-rooted than that. But whenever she would sit down with her mom to talk about whatever, she's always talking about somebody else.
And it's not no beef. I think me and my mom's relationship is already peculiar in its own way, you know? So it wasn't like surprising, like, how come you didn't stand up for me? I'm good. Like, I can stand up for myself. But I see in this regard, like, you gonna kind of let it be what it is, and that's cool. Like,
because that's what y'all already talked about. And that's what I don't like with this situation. That's what I don't like. How all of this just flipped and she just disregarded whatever they talked about, and Jackie tried to abide by that. Now, if the roles were reversed, child, that's crazy.
that's all right. I can handle my own. Ain't nobody scared of Brandy. I really didn't have high expectations for my mom, but to see her have Brandy's back more than she's...
The lady did not have Brandy's back. You just don't like the fact that after Brandy said what she said to you, your mom was still able to be around her. And I don't know why that's so confusing, considering the fact that your mom and these cast members have said so much SHI around each other and to each other, but they're still around each other. Hell, didn't Evelyn and Brandy just get into it last season? And here Brandy goes still being friends with Evelyn. That's how they be working. They be doing whatever they got to do, I guess, for the check or whatever. So I don't know why it's so peculiar.
Had mine on this trip. It hurts more.
She's under a lot of stress. She's going through something. She don't know if she's gonna stay married to basketball
That
person
has
too.
nothing to do with me.
Sorry, babe.
No, it's all good. It is.
I tried to bury my childhood and not think of the experiences that I've had with my mom, but this is very triggering for me. And it takes me back to those moments when instead of choosing your child, you choose up.
And that's what I did mention, where I felt like Chantel has been operating like she does not get picked. And I'm like, is that what's going on? Because you felt like your mom, you weren't being chosen. You felt like your mama was choosing Brandy when that's not what it was. She was trying to stay out your stuff. She's trying to basically be a neutral party in the situation. So I don't think that Jackie was choosing up at all. But I did notice as the show progressed and how Chantel tried to position people to pick a side, it was given pick me, pick me, pick me, you know, because whatever happened in my childhood, I wasn't picked. And again, it's going to always be for me. And I don't care what anyone says really about, oh, the dad, you know, he was off handling business and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man, mamas still have to get out there and handle business too. They still got to be out there handling business, still got to show up for their kids and all this and that. So also, if you wasn't picked by your mom, you weren't picked by your dad either. So that's a shared fault that I just feel like it shouldn't always be on your mama. Some of that need to be on your dad too. And there was an old clip that was resurfacing where she did kind of like highlight when she was younger how her dad, she did kind of fault her dad too.
Time that I've ever tried to speak to him, it could be about the sky being blue. My mom didn't want that. Like, Shani, come here. You know, like, oh, I need you to do something. Like, we could never have that father-daughter relationship and never
I never had that. Ever. Never.
Are you mad at your dad?
I'm not too sure. I am, because I felt like he just kind of stood by and let that happen.
You have to be heard.
So, yeah, be mad at your daddy too, and you should be, for him to allow that and let that happen. Like, she shouldn't be the primary person that allows access to him when it comes to his children. Like, that shit makes no sense. But again, Jackie definitely has her faults, right? Definitely got her issues or whatever her daughters felt or feel about her. But at the same time, my issue was more so how the dynamic of the show flowed. And we would not have ever been here had you just acknowledged the fact that your mama did call Brandy out, did tell her not to talk to you that way. And it's still on Brandy, regardless of whether your mama tell her to apologize or not. It's still on Brandy to give you that apology, which she actually ended up giving you. So I don't know. I personally felt like she did kind of let Brittany Renner get in her head, which is why Jackie felt that same way. And Jackie ended up speaking on that at one point when she felt like Brittany was getting in their business or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like whatever small friction you had with your mom in that moment, right? For me, I feel like Brittany Renner definitely projected everything onto you. And I think that is what may have triggered you more and brought up old feelings that you tried to get past when it came to your mom. But that's just what I think.
That has something to do with me and Brittany. It don't have anything to do with me and you. This ain't for the cameras. This ain't for nothing. Brittany needs to stand down and stay out of our business. Everybody jumping in each other, and you stay out of it with me and her. We don't got no problem.
Are you being for real right now? Mom, I'm not taking you seriously right now. I think that it is given every bit of delusion.
How is that delusional if she doesn't want other people in y'all business like that? If she, like, I'm just confused. How is that being delusional? Because everybody want to have a piece of the pie, i.e. Brittany, who had been projecting, and it finally took Brandy a few episodes in to acknowledge and say, I feel like Brittany is projecting onto Chantel and Jackie, whatever she got going on with her own mama and her dynamic. Like, what?
I'm not taking you serious.
I'm delusional.
Very much so.
You were in an argument with Brandy. You guys handled the argument. You then came over with Brittany, had a conversation, came back and sat in the middle. I'm the one that's delusional. What did she have to say when you was separate from her, Bandit?
It doesn't even
what did she
matter
have to
at
say?
this point, Mom.
Negative bull. I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm gonna say it to you one time.
Please
only.
say it. Go ahead.
Please stand down.
Okay.
I'm telling you that as your mother. I love you. Me and you is good. If we not good, and you gonna let this?
We're not good here.
Oh, we're not good here.
Say, Mom, I don't have. I don't want to do this to you in this space.
But when your mama just told you that she didn't want to do this to you in this space or do this with you in this space, she was delusional. Yeah, girl, I don't know. Y'all, girl.
I'm serious when I say it. I'm dead serious.
Chantel,
I'm not interested.
You know better.
And so do you.
I love you.
And so do you.
And I don't think we have an issue.
Go
and if
ahead,
we
Mom.
do, you can speak about
Please,
it. I didn't come in here.
Please.
Listen.
I don't want to do this.
I did not come in here to confront you, but what I'm not going to do is sit here and do disrespectful stuff in front of these people to my daughter.
All right.
Okay?
And
this is a beef you have with Brandy.
So please
you
go
can't
ahead.
air me out.
Mom, if I get Dad on this phone right now, it's going to go left.
Stop acting like a child, Chenny. Okay. This is not where you should have come.
You sound like Brandy.
And now you sound like Brandy, but you the one talking about, I'm going to call Dad. I'm going to call Dad when she didn't even do nothing wrong. I'm just so confused. Okay, don't y'all be over there using Doug or you using Doug as a weapon. Yeah, that's crazy. But again, yeah, your issue was with Brandy that whole time. Only to tell Brandy that she wasn't really the issue. So then what was really the issue? Your mama not having your back, your mama had your back. So what else is going on? Anywho, we just repeating ourselves at this point. Let us keep going because I do want us to get into what the sister had to say. All right. Shout out to Mims. Let us go over here and check out what the sister had to say about the dynamic with her mom and how she felt when she saw, you know, her sister be hit. Okay, so let's check this out over here. You know what? Let's do this one. Okay.
Christy and Takari are in contact.
Yeah.
Can you tell us for how long?
Yes, it's been about 5 years. For about 5 years, you know, with a slow progress. We didn't get no inside help or anything like that. I just received a call. one day, and it happened to be my mom. And
For anybody asking about how she talks, I do believe that she may be a bit deaf. All right. I believe that may be what's taking place with her at this time. I think I've also seen like speech impediment. So she does have certain issues that makes her speak that way. So when you guys have gone over to her channel and she's used like a certain voice, the AI voice or whatever, that was because she said she didn't feel comfortable with how she actually sound, you know, and then she gets all of these questions like, why she talk like that? And nah, 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 nah. Right. So that's that.
and we laughed and cried and got over that, and every time I received a call after that, I picked up the phone, and time went on. So it's been about 5 years.
When you saw the clips of your mom, whether your relationship was strained or not, and we're hearing that it's not strained, how did you feel seeing someone, albeit your sister, put their hands on your mom?
My stomach hurt. My stomach was hurting when I heard about it, and I was in straight disbelief. And then to see like it really happened like that, it just my stomach hurt. It just made my stomach hurt. I felt so bad. Like I just felt so bad, and I just wanted to reassure my mom, like that's not. I don't feel that way. We're not living in that past. We're not, doing that. You're not alone. You're not alone. I don't know what's going on. I can't. We all saw. I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna get my dad. Using that against her type thing. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I just wanted to make sure she knows. I'm standing with you. I don't care who would have hit you. It's not cool. Like I never would have said, And I know people think I should support my sister. I'm not against my sister, but she was wrong. She was very wrong. We're 30. We're in our 30s, baby. We can talk. We can talk. And if a conversation is not getting us the results that we want, we're old enough to turn to God by ourselves and just ask Him to heal our hearts and go on about our business, because I don't see where the good comes from this.
Yeah.
That's where I do agree. I think that Chantel should take some time away because you are now with your husband. Okay. It's now you, your husband, and your children. In my personal, you're not required to be around your mom and them like that. If they don't make you feel internally good inside, I wouldn't be around them. I wouldn't have my kids around them. I wouldn't move into the same building, and I surely wouldn't get on the same show. I need to separate myself from that, especially if I'm trying to show up and be better for the children that I have. So I think that's perfectly okay to take that time away. But then also, Takari, I gotta tap on your neck for a second, okay? Because with you also knowing that, it is kind of like you also don't have to come to social media and say what you say either, right? Now I know you be wanting to call your sister out because it's like, remember the time when you did this and that. Now it's your turn. I understand, but like you said, what good is that going to do?
And Jackie Christie has a right hook.
Listen, I don't know better than that one. I don't know better.
Jackie has a right hook.
Oh, right hook. Listen, that's the Central District of Seattle. I would have never played with it. I'm not even gonna lie with y'all. And you know what? What's crazy is we have heard the stories. My mom has shared some stories with us about her growing up and how she was out there fighting, and the kids didn't mess with her, and she held that throughout life.
Jackie was out there fighting in the streets.
I could believe it.
My mom was that woman is a whole warrior. That woman is that's what I said when I said my sister don't know her. I wasn't trying to be funny. I have had conversations with our family. Like my mom is a prideful woman. Where we came in at is all we need to know. Who she was before she had children and all that stuff. Not a lot of that was shared with us. So to talk to family and hear about their family dynamics and how they came up and the struggles and comparing that to ourselves or like my life, that made me give my mom so much grace. It really just that, oh, she's just a girl. She's just a girl type situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have always, I am a protector. And I get that from my mother. She is a protective person. I'm a protector. And one of my biggest things all of my life has been I never wanted my sister or my little brother to ever experience any kind of pain. Like, I have experienced pain of not feeling worthy, like life was, just useless. I have felt so low. And my biggest fear was that somebody could make them feel that way or something could make them feel that way. So I have defended my sister in situations where we absolutely know she was wrong. She was completely wrong, but I will stand up with her and, hey, you get behind me and I'll deal with these people because it's my job to protect you. So I would originally, I've maintained that. Even through all of this, she doesn't talk to me. I reached out maybe 4 years ago. It was a few years back. I did reach out to my sister via Instagram, and I'm like, "Are you ready to talk?" And later on, I'll explain to you guys why we stopped talking. But are you ready to talk? And Instagram tells when they read it, so it showed that she had read it. And I gave her a couple days, and she didn't respond, and I just said, "Okay," and I will not bother you again. I heard that she went to tell people I cussed her out and all that stuff, and that's not even in my, So to hear that she was thinking of me in a predatory way or like plotting against me in a sense to say such a thing that she said.
And what she's referring to is when her sister accused her of emming her, okay? Essaying her or whatever, when they were younger. Can't really say the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? She did mention that. Now, I don't know if that's true. Takari has said that that is absolutely not true, and it was disappointing to hear that she was plotting against her with saying such a thing.
That was gut wrenching. I took a good week, sick to my stomach. I really, I couldn't eat. Like, my mind was all messed up for a good week. When this first started happening, it got to me. I am not gonna lie. I have good people in my corner that just uplifted me, reminded me like, girl, and listening and seeing the responses and all that stuff, I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong. All I can say is that's not the person I remember. So I can't say, oh, she's acting. I can't say, I don't know what it is. I'm curious. I am curious. And I wish, peace, whatever's going on. I hope it goes on and she gets through it and she's able to forgive my mom or accept that she can't and have peace in her life,
Jackie, Christy, and Takari are in contact.
So you guys just heard that Takari is in a better place with her mom at this time. Takari, she just went on to talk about a lot of things in the interview. So if you guys have not checked it out, definitely go over to Mim's page. It's about an hour long, and just check out everything that she had to say as it pertains to her sister and just her life. Her mom and stuff. Talk about that. She also dispelled the allegation that she pulled a knife out on her mom, according to her sister Chantel, and she said that wasn't necessarily true. She actually had it for herself. She was trying to harm herself. She said if you actually got her book over on Amazon, everything is in there and it's detailed play by play, the type of setting she was in and just all of the details, what was going on and all of that. And you can read those details for yourself in the book. Now, I don't know. I know when I first heard that, I was like, I'm willing to believe it. I'm willing to believe that. But she's saying that that wasn't true. I haven't read the book, but y'all want to check the book out, totally up to you guys. But yeah. All right. So there's that. I just think child, I don't know. I don't know. But a number was definitely done on these kids, okay? And they didn't do it by themselves. It definitely came from parenting and my personal. There were some errors made on Jackie's behalf, and I will not be a person to exclude Doug, regardless of him being in the NBA. I don't give a damn about none of that y'all talking about. He definitely needs to take on some accountability for that. All right. So he contributed to that as well in my personal. Um but yeah, y'all, she definitely did a number. So I don't know if it's a situation where when one sister is on good terms with Jackie, the other one isn't. I don't know if that's a situation of one wanting attention over the other and not liking that the mom is giving more attention to that one than the other. I don't know what it is, but the best thing any of us could do is wish well for this family. Okay, send some prayers up for them, hoping they figure it out. Figure it out. I don't want to see it on the show anymore. This is unhealthy. I'm just not interested in seeing that on the show anymore. I am hearing that next week will be the final episode, but even with it being the final episode, they are saying that it's supposed to take like a mid-season break like they've been doing with like VH1 MTV shows or whatever, and then they bring it back for a few more episodes, and then they're saying it's supposed to be a reunion after that, but not necessarily sure. Okay, not necessarily sure if it's going to be a reunion at that point, right? And if it is going to be a reunion at that point, definitely wondering whether or not Jackie and her daughter will be a part of that. However, we will see. We will see once that time comes. All right. Now the next thing I want us to get into is Brittany Renner over here getting into it with Masika, because what's going on? Okay, the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. So let me actually go to one of the other posts that I had, I believe, when they first got into it. Okay, so let's start here. Is this everything? I think this, whew, girl, it was a lot. Um, okay, let's start here. Okay, so we'll hop over here and check it out. So what we're seeing here is, first off, Masika makes a post and she says, "I don't care. Pushing your mama is the most disrespectful, disgraceful thing you could do. Jackie had every right to slap the fuck out of her. Girl, you can feel how you feel, but you lost the good sense God gave you putting hands on the lady that birthed you," right? That's what she has to say. Now, let me tell y'all, I'll be honest. Now, if Jackie would have did something to her daughter, like physically, that warranted her daughter to push the fuck out of her, I definitely would have been like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would have likely been on Chantel's side, but they're like, don't put your hands on me. Okay. Ain't no child no more. Like, don't do this. Right? I mean, to me. But Jackie didn't do that. She just automatically just pushed that lady. So unfortunately, she got the reaction that she got it. Let's keep going. So when she says this, when she says, "I don't care," pushing your mama out of line. Then she goes on to say, "So since we're on the topic, the way Brittany played with them people's religion to become that man's other wife is crazy. He took off and she took off them people's clothes." I'm hollering, okay? Hollering. She did. She took off them people's clothes, okay? So then Brittany responded and says, "BM number 3, who faked a kidnapping to promote their irrelevant OnlyFans," okay? Now, see, the darts that y'all took at each other were crazy, and I feel like Britney's were crazier to me. She says, "Since we're on the topic, religion is not exclusive." She says, "I never signed up to be one of several. People are allowed to change their minds, and plenty of relationships are meant to be, but not meant to last. Bye, 40 and fried," is what she says, okay? She goes on to say, "Here you go, dumpster diving through the same old." That's what Masika said. "Here you go, dumpster diving through the same old tired lies. Nah, Lucifer. I never faked SHI like you. I was filming a TV show about sex trafficking where my character was being kidnapped. It's crazy because I was defending your disgraceful ass when people knew you was faking religion for zit. That's crazy." Okay. Masika also said, "Girl, go to hell. Oh, wait, everybody's speaking the same truth about you. But you mad at me? LOL, bringing up irrelevant deflections don't change the fact that you played with God for Zik. Next week, you're going to be Buddhist for backshots. Christian for Christian Dior. Girl, shut the fuck up and go pray." It's just crazy. The girls was over here fighting it out. So then Brittany came back and let's see. Brittany had a lot of things to say. Okay, so we got into that part. And so Brittany says, "You must have had time since nobody paid $4.99 to unlock an exclusive video of you losing your dildo and your gaping butthole on your OnlyFans. I haven't seen or heard about you in so long that I actually thought you really got kidnapped. She says, you've got your nerve chiming in live at 5 from your living room, you drowsy-eyed, dog-faced dingbat. You and everyone else who wants my cootie tois and don't know how to ask for it, stay worried about what I do with it, yet you couldn't even convince the NIGGA with one eye to see your value. Shout out to your couch for keeping you booked and busy in another bitch's business, you bitter bum. Lifestyle of the bored and brainless, I suppose. But I was like, that's crazy. Consider, first of all, people really thought Brittany ate. And I didn't really think she ate that much. Especially when you're talking about being in somebody else's business, when I feel like that's what you did. You interjected yourself in Jackie and her daughter's business, and then you turned around and you did it with the two sisters. And it had nothing to do with you. Now Masika is interjecting herself in a sense, doing the same thing that you were doing with somebody else, and you don't really like you. Right? And then I know I saw a comment where somebody was saying that Britt did the same thing, where she had SCX herself with somebody that was blind, and now she has so much to say. I don't see where the comment was, but I saw it the other day. But anywho, crazy. So she says, lastly, enjoy the Basketball Wives season finale next week, you withering wench, and take your misplaced frustration up with Mona for cutting them loving hip-hop checks. Aw. She says, a geriatric gnawed finger, giddy for a reply snapped. Now back to being utterly forgettable. You go flunky is what she says. Now Masika did get back on social media, and she did have some more things to say to Brittany. I know one of the things for sure that she mentioned was the fact that she does not have an OnlyFans. Okay, so whatever page she's referring to, she says that was her page for stocks. Okay, that was for her helping people to get into the industry, or not so much as get in the industry, but learning more about stocks and stuff like that. So she says that's what that was about. Why you think you know what you're talking about? And then she started talking about putting her money up. And I'm like, yo, whenever we start talking about money, it's like, let's stay on topic. Y'all dragging each other about other stuff. Do we really have to talk about how big her bag is? We already know Brittany's bag is not as big, because although Masika been off the show, she clearly been able to stay off for a good little minute. Unlike some people, right? However, Brittany got off the show feeling like she was doing way better than needed, got rid of OnlyFans, all this and that, and she did exactly what we thought she was going to do a year or less later, where she returns right back to the places that she left, because everybody doesn't have it like that. And okay. Another thing I wanted to highlight about what Jackie had to say about Britt was this clip here. Okay, so let me get into it.
Going to address the elephant in the room, or are we not?
What's the elephant?
The elephant is what happened at the last dinner we had.
Okay.
All of that. Do you think that was okay in the way that you acted towards your daughter and Brittany?
Now, she's talking about that Vegas trip when Brittany got so upset with Jackie because Jackie was clocking her, telling her to get out of the business of her and her daughter. And Brittany got so upset or whatever. That's when she pulled Chantel over, saying she's triggered because I had a terrible mom and doing all of this projecting or whatever. Then she comes back, had an attitude with Jackie. Jackie was ready to beat her ass, and that's where they had the whole situation. So that is what Denise is talking about. Out of all the people in the room that have a closer relationship with Jackie, Denise is wanting to talk about the elephant in the room as if anyone owes her anything, okay?
First of all, I didn't act any way towards my daughter, and thank you for bringing that up. I did say I was going to apologize to Brittany at one point. That's not the case. You have a 24-hour window with me. We get into it, and then I have time to sit and think about it, because that's who the I am. I realized I didn't do anything to her. There is boundaries that you cannot cross with me. You came between me and my family. There is nothing you can ever say to me. I don't care what she tries to do. She could go to pilgrimage. She could go and get holy water put on her. She could do whatever. I won't trust her again.
So are we going to address the elephant?
Okay, so that is how Jackie is feeling about Brittany, because she felt like Brittany did come in between the family business. And I can't say that I disagree, okay? But that's all I have for you guys at this time. You all can hop down in the comments and share your thoughts. You're going to do that anyway, child, because that's just how y'all is. Know that I'm Jami, that's me, all right? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And, of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim, putting shots up.